players in Britain. Together they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beat?
Oh, there you go. The Shroud of Turin. I said that, you fucking idiots. Fucking students they are as well. Don't know their arse from their elbow. £9 grand a year. Do me a favour. Oh, here we go. This one's as black as the ace of spades. Oh, right, it's film and television next. Mind you, they probably don't have telly on Bongo Land, do they? You little gobshite, put the kettle on, will ya? My mouth's drier than an Arab sandal.
Yes, Nan. Can I just finish the chapter I'm on, though?
Can you act as like, you innocent little prick? What are you reading for, anyway? Why are you queer?
It's my book for reading time at school. My teacher gave it me. It's quality, actually. It's called...
I don't actually care what it's called. In this day and age, reading's fucking pointless. You've got cameras and computers and tumble dryers that do all that for you nowadays. So why am I going to waste my time reading a fucking book? If you need to learn something, you type it in on that goggle. If you're entertained, you watch your telly. You're wasting your fucking time. So get your ugly mug out of that book and make me a fucking brew.
Well, Mrs. Rashid says that the reading's great. She says that reading is the gateway to knowledge. I talk to her all the time, actually. She's the one that gave me this book,
How fucking dare you! You are a little cat! No grandson of mine is going to be taking a bite from a fucking packet! You talk to her all the time, do ya? Yeah? Will that stop? Come here!
No. I promise, I swear I won't.
That's better. See, the trouble is, George, I just don't think I can trust you now.
No, you definitely can.
I'm talking! See, I love you, Georgie. And I've got to make sure I do what's best for you.
No.
Good. Now, if I catch you shooting your mouth up again, you might have another little accident. And we don't want that, do we, George?
I hate her. She's so horrible to me. It's never like this when Mummy was here. I'm so scared all the time. I hate her. I'm
trying to watch the telly! When you're done sulking like a little pup, you can go and make me another fucking brew!
I wish I could do something. I wish I could do something, teach her a lesson. Something, give her a taste of her own medicine.
And then, boys and girls, it hit George like a brick wall. There was something he could do.
There certainly was. Now, George bought his grandma 8 cups of tea.
10.
Oh, right, dear. 8 to 10 cups of tea a day, all in a huge cup that had written on it, "You're only young once. A girl can dream, eh?" Anyway, now, George was fairly sure that this was actually a soup bowl, but he would, of course, keep this suspicion to himself.
George knew that Grandma kept an identical cup.
No. On second thoughts, it's a bowl.
Really?
I think it's a bowl.
Oh, right you are then. George knew that Grandma kept an identical bowl in a cupboard in the kitchen. Now, if he could just get his hands on it.
If he could get his hands on it, then he could make a very different type of brew to the one that Grandma usually received.
She used bucket loads of sugar in her tea every day. But she certainly ain't getting any sweeter.
George wondered that if he made Grandma an identical brew, which was a much more bitter concoction, it might just have the opposite effect on the old bag. Not you, dear, don't worry.
If I can find everything nasty around the house and put it in her tea, then maybe there'll be so much nastiness inside of her that she'll just explode.
George could barely contain his excitement. He was going to put an end to his grim grand once and for all.
Right, this is it. Get ready, Grandma, because this brew might just be the death of you. I'm tired of all the shouting, all the grumpiness and strops. I can't take it any longer. It's about time that it stopped. I'm a proper flipping genius. I know what I've gotta do. 'Cause this brew might just be the death of you. I'm gonna rhyme around this old flat and see what I can find. Gonna make a brew so deadly, it's sure to blow her mind. Would you like it with milk, Nan? And sugar, I'll take 2, 'cause this brew might just be the death of you.
Now be careful, little Georgie. What would your mummy say?
You really should behave yourself.
Now go on your way. But where's the fun in listening? Let's get to work right now.
Let's make her crazy, copper!
And then show that stupid cow!
Well then, let's get going. What would you recommend? If we're gonna do this properly, I'll need help from all my friends. This plan is just delicious.
And you're pretty tasty too.
This brew might just be the death of you. This brew might just be the death of you. This brew might just be the death of you.
George was running about the flat, trying to think of all of the places he had been told to strictly never go near. Nuh-uh, honey.
This is the best idea ever, I think.
After much deliberation, aha! George decided that the best place to start was the bathroom cupboard. So, he jumped the stairs 2 at a time, sprinted into the bathroom, where he climbed to stand on the bathtub and slowly opened the cupboard door. Scrub. Bristle. Exfoliate. Lime scale.
Ritis.
Scrub. Bristle. Exfoliate. Lime scale. Bristle. Exfoliate. Lime scale. Exfoliate. Lime scale.
Come little Georgie, my doors are wide open. Fresh out the box, the safety seal has been broken. In the room where things get steamy, forget the clean and let's get dirty. Come little Georgie, let me give you a hand. Try mixing in a little silly bang. We don't care about what you write, you'll say when you give her a dose of Tresemme. Come little Georgie, is the stuff of your dreams. Some shaving foam, a drop of Listerine. I don't know if boys moisturize. Well, slip some of this and give her one big surprise. crest of my wave when you're done with my come and bathe.
Ritis.
George decided that the next destination on his quest would be the garage. He could still feel the smack on his bum from the last time he tried to go in there. Wah, wah, wah. So he figured there must be some suitably dangerous ingredients in there. George tore out of the bathroom, slid down the banister, burst through the back door to the garage door. With one great heave! For heaven's sake! Right. With two great heaves! George opened the door and entered the garage.
All right, little fella, can I help you?
Yes, please, sir. I want some dreadfully dangerous things for my concoction.
Concoction, eh? Well, you've come to the right place, son. You can try a drop of motor oil to loosen up her joints. One spirit's just the ticket, and sure not to disappoint. We've got all kinds of bells and whistles just waiting to be used here in the garage.
In the garage!
Take a can of Dulux gloss and paint the town red. This varnish shoe and tarnish give her one big shiny head. We've got everything you need to bring her to her knees in the garage.
In the garage! Nobody brings them mortar, but there's plenty here to slaughter.
With great granny of yours.
Feel free to pick and use anything that you might choose.
And knocking out your nanny to be such a chore.
Do a nutting with a spanner or choke her with some grease. Fill her guts with antifreeze or scald her with this bleach. This fertiliser will sure demise her, I almost hear it now. Her screams will be so potent you'll hear them all over town. She'll be coughing up her lungs and her blood will run brown thanks to the garage.
To the garage!
George had completed his special food for Grandma. All he had to do now was take it back in, disguise it with boiling water and milk.
George decided to take a shortcut through the kitchen, holding the cup.
Bowl!
Sorry. Bowl. With both hands, so as not to drop the magical mixture he had created.
As George passed through the kitchen, a flash of green caught his eye. He looked up and saw the words in large white letters. Medicine cupboard. Keep out.
The medicine cupboard was the one place Mum had made George promise he would never ever go. She said even though it was all designed to make people feel better, if you took the wrong thing, or too much of it, you could wind up feeling very poorly indeed. But Mum wasn't eager to stop him anymore.
At that precise moment, George thought about all the horrible things his grandmother had done to him. He thought about all the times she'd hit him and screamed at the very top of her voice at him. Sometimes it seemed like for no reason at all. George thought about his school project, a model of the solar system. He made all the little planets out of clay and stuck them on chopsticks from Grandma's takeaways. When Grandma found out that George had been through her things to find the chopsticks, she was furious. She took out a lighter and burnt the project. Then held it so close to George's face that the flames singed his eyebrows and smoke filled his lungs. George thought about that morning with the kettle. and looked at his arm, which was all wrinkled and scarred.
Good. Now if I catch you shouting your mouth off again, you might have another little accident. And we don't want that, do we, George?
George certainly didn't want another little accident from Grandma. He didn't want anything from her anymore. He opened the medicine cabinet and emptied every last pill and potion into the teacup. Bowl. Into the teapot.
Then, George stood up very slowly and took one last look at his day's work. The mischievous mixture was bubbling and steaming so much that for a moment, George thought that it was alive, breathing in and out like a great blue whale.
We learned about them in school. Did you know their tongues weigh as much as an elephant?
Absolutely fascinating.
He felt like they'd shared an adventure together.
They certainly had, but George knew what he had to do. He approached the living room door and took one deep breath. This was it.
Okay.
And he entered gruesome Grandma's lair.
You been? Is that Packy got you making bombs for homework?
No. Just playing a game.
Oh, is that right? Shame you didn't have your little adventure outside. Could have ended up under a bus. Come here. I'm only joking, little Georgie. I love you to bits. And you love your dear old man, didn't you? Hey, Georgie Porgy.
Yes, then.
Good boy. Now make us a brew, darling.
Yes, then.
Do it, George. George.
Just do it, George!
Hello and welcome to London Tonight. Our main story this evening, a 45-year-old woman has been murdered by her own grandson. Tina Lewis reports.
Thanks, Janet. Police were called to a council flat in Debden, East London early Monday afternoon after neighbours reported screams and distress. Police investigators are led to believe that Felicity Bennett, 45, was poisoned by her 10-year-old grandson, who cannot be named for legal reasons. The autopsy revealed traces of bathroom bleach, antidepressants, and brake fluid.
This brew might just be the death of you. Let's get going. What would you recommend? If we're gonna do this properly, I'll need help from all my friends. This wine is just delicious,
And you're pretty tasty too!
this brew might just be the death of you.
This brew might just be the death of you!